Keto journey, everybody. I'm representing the Braves won to beat the Astros. They didn't just beat them, they whooped them. So congratulations to my Braves. This is an old shirt. You can tell it's like a party of 12 moved out, but that's okay, I don't mind. This was back when I weighed had a little more tonnage. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the easiest, most bestest way possible to make hard-boiled eggs. You're gonna love this one. It'll peel faster than any other recipe you've ever had. And it is the easiest way to make them that I have ever found. There's no sitting waiting on the pot to boil. So stay tuned. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, this is my pressure cooker. And I don't have an Instapot or an Instant Pot. Why do I want to drop the T? Everybody drops the T and calls it an Instapot. It's an Instant Pot, but I do it all the time. Anyway, pressure cooker. I don't have one of those, but I do have a Pressure Pro, which is one of the Power Pro series of things, cooking appliances, I guess is the best way to say it. Well, this is just a little trivet that I'm going to put in there just so I can raise up what I'm doing here a little bit off of the surface of the bottom. Don't have to do that. I just like to do it. Here's a cup of water. Doesn't have to be hot. Doesn't have to be cold. Could be 3 days old. But you just need you a cup of water. Pour it into your Instapot. Because if you don't, you got problems. And it is not problems that you like. These are not good problems. So now, I've got 8 eggs here in this little basket that goes right in here. Fits right in there, just as pretty as you please. These are all safe for the Instapot, or the pressure cooker. We just hook that there. Because this thing will close on its own. There we go. It closes it. It makes a nice little basket. Makes it easy to get out later because it's gonna be hot. So now we take our lid and we set it on top and close it. Make sure your vent is closed. If your vent's not closed, this ain't gonna work. So now we're gonna set this for 5 minutes. I hit one of the presettings. And it's gonna start automatically. So now, what is it that Ron Popeil used to say when he was doing that rotisserie chicken thing that went around? Set it and forget it. Well, can't forget it forever, but you can forget it for a few minutes. It's gonna build the pressure. You're gonna let it cook for 5 minutes. And once that's done, we'll come back and I'll show you what happens next. You can see that the timer has 1 minute left on it, so it's gonna go off in a second, or 2, or 3, or 60. But the cooking time of 5 minutes doesn't change no matter how many eggs you're doing. I'm doing 8 eggs. If you're doing 1 egg, which would be kind of ridiculous, but if you're doing 1 egg, it's the same time as if you were doing 100 eggs, which you're never going to fit 100 eggs in there because you're going to reach max capacity long before that. So it doesn't change. These times that I'm giving you remain the same. They're constant. So this is about to go off here, and what's going to happen then is we're going to do a natural release. And that natural release, there it goes. So it's done. 5 minutes is done. So we're going to let it do a natural release for 5 minutes. Natural release meaning it doesn't, we're not releasing the steam manually. Hey Siri, set a 5-minute timer.
There's already a 5-minute timer, but I can set another. What should I name this one?
Cancel all timers.
It's canceled.
Hey Siri, set a 5-minute timer. Okay, so
5 minutes, counting down.
So I got Siri on the job. She's counting it down. I don't have to keep up with it. So we'll let it release naturally, just release steam. It will naturally release steam along the way for 5 minutes. So you got 5 minutes cook time, 5 minutes natural release. While we're waiting on it to do its natural release, I thought I would talk about the eggs. The eggs I used in this I bought them at Aldi. They were cheap, less than $1. If you can afford the grass-fed, cage-free, roaming all over the place chickens, eggs, go for it. I can't. Not on a consistent basis. Sometimes I'll get them just as a special thing because I'm telling you, they do taste a lot better. And you can tell it just by looking at the yolk. It's just so much richer and looks like it's just a better yolk. But anyway, these hit me just fine. They do me just fine. If you can do the other, more power to you. These are large. You can also buy them at Lidl. You can buy them at other grocery stores at a real good price. Lidl has extra large eggs actually if you want to step it up to the next level. But that's the thing on the eggs. Don't feel like you have to buy the other. If you can't afford it, if you're on a budget, a tight budget, buy what you can afford. Don't break yourself trying to do this because you can do it without buying all the really expensive stuff. Is the expensive stuff nice? Yeah, you can do it, go for it. But don't feel like you are compelled to. Okay, series, let me know that the 5 minute natural release is up. So now we're going to turn the release valve and let out any remaining steam that there is. You hear that steam escaping? Now I use this. Hey, I ain't too proud to say that stuff's hot. And I'm not about to burn myself on it. So use some tongs. Got some tongs right here. I use that sometimes. It was just an awkward angle to use tongs right then. But you want to try and you got to let it fully release. It won't even open until it fully releases. You can hear it dwindling down now. I'm going to use these tongs in a second anyway. Now, when you take the lid off, be real careful, because that water is hot. And there's going to be steam coming up from it. And the lid, what happens when you pull the lid off a hot pot? And that's basically a hot pot. You get steam and condensation on the top and it comes off. And if it touches you, it's going to burn. So do be careful with that. So now, sounds like the full release is, the manual release is done. See it open, so we're good. Now watch. See that water dripping down? Can you see the water dripping down there? If I had turned that toward me, it would have probably dripped on me and burnt me really good. So I didn't want to get burnt by that hot water. So let it drain down a little bit. Get off of it a little. Now I'll turn it over and let the rest of it drain. And now I'm just going to set this over here in the sink. And I'm going to reach in here with these tongs because this rascal is hot. I cannot emphasize to you enough, it's hot. Now, I filled this silver bowl. Let me back off here where you can see it. I filled this silver bowl right here with ice and water. So I've got an ice water bath to put it in. Now that's going to cool it down and so finish the process. Because right now, if you don't cool it down, it's going to continue to cook. And you're going to overcook your eggs. Now you're going to set it in this for 5 minutes. Hey Siri, set a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Siri's on the job. So you got 5 minutes under pressure, 5 minutes natural release, then you release it, and now we're doing a 5-minute ice bath. So that's three steps. 5-5-5. That's what they call this. The 5-5-5 method of cooking eggs. Now, let's say you wanted to do soft-boiled eggs. No problem. Adjust your time. Do it about 3 minutes. If that cooks it too much, drop it down to 2.5. Well, you can't do a half a minute, but you can time it yourself. So you've got, excuse me, you've got the 5-5-5 method for hard-boiled, the 3-3-3 method for soft-boiled. And those soft-boiled eggs are going to peel just as easy as the hard-boiled eggs. So I'm going to show you how it'll do with that in just a minute with peeling, as soon as they go through the cooling down process. So we'll be back once they've cooled down. So Siri's let me know that the timer has gone off. The 5 minutes has lapsed on the ice bath. Now, the highfalutin chefs, they call that shocking it. It's like blanching a vegetable. They shock it to stop the cooking. I just call it an ice bath. But you call it what you want. So now I'm going to take one of these eggs, and I'm going to crack it and let you see just how easy it is to peel this thing. So I've cracked it. That's a peeled egg. It's got little fragments of shell on it, which I'm going to wash off and dry. But that's a peeled egg. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside too, as soon as I wash it off and dry it again. Now, if you're going to let it go more than 5 minutes, let it on any of these, it's the ice bath, because that you're just stopping the process of cooking. It's not going to change it at all, the outcome of what's going on with the egg itself. So you can stop it. You can let it go past the 5 minutes if you like. Now, let me get a plate. Should have had that plate out. Sorry, folks. So, I'm going to cut this egg in half and let you see what it looks like on the inside. That is a perfectly cooked hard-boiled egg. And I got a dog down here that's not doing so good. Max, what you got up your nose? What is it, buddy? What is it, little bit? Oh, Maxie's having a hard time these days. He's strained or torn a ligament in his back leg and the knee. May have to have surgery, but that's your results right there. Now, how's it taste? That's delicious. So, there you have it. Hard-boiled eggs, easy as 5-5-5. It's a simple process. Hope you'll try this. Now, if you like this, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of this, hit the subscribe button. I could sure use the subscribers. I'm just starting out, and it'd be nice to have a few more. So I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching. Hope y'all have a fine day. Hope everybody's healthy, happy, and wise. So until next time, this is Mike, Keto Journey, saying bye.